Okay, so this is the Spyderco Dragonfly 2. Dragonfly 2 from Spyderco. It is one of their smaller folding pocket knives. This one has a VG10 steel, and that is 2 5/16 of an inch in length, so just a little more than 2 inches in length on the blade, and it weighs a whopping 1.2 ounces, so just over an ounce, a little bit more than an ounce, so like hardly nothing. A very, very lightweight little knife. Neat little clip on the back there. Great pocket retention. I've been carrying it for almost 2 weeks now to work, and that's exactly what I got it for. I got it for carrying to work because I didn't want, and why I chose this size Spyderco is because I wanted something for work, for opening boxes and stuff and packages and whatnot, and I having to do that around fellow employees and occasionally around with customers shopping around me. I did not want anything big, anything that would be a little intimidating. You know, last thing you want to do is frighten a customer. So somewhere around 2 inches was my goal. It's big enough, gives me a big enough handle that I can get a good hand grip on it without being so big that it might scare somebody and possibly get me in trouble. So I went ahead and I wanted to try Spyderco knives out. This is my first Spyderco, so I'm very happy with it. I like it a lot. Again, I've been using it when I go to work for about 2 weeks or so now. It's got the lock back here, very sturdy. It's got jimping both top and bottom, so that enables you to put your thumb and pointer finger right there and wrap the rest of them around just like that. Gives you really, really good grip. Gets you about as close to the blade as possible, safely. And I mean, you could even the backbone of the blade itself. They did a good job of smoothing the edges of it, just a tad, so it doesn't feel sharp or rough on your thumb. If you want to throw your thumb out there to get to some finer cutting, if you need to. So yeah, so that's why I chose this style or this size in this particular Spyderco. The next smallest one that they have is the Ladybug. The Ladybug 3 has right about the same blade length, but it's definitely smaller overall, with a much smaller, a good bit smaller handle, which doesn't give you as much grip and as much hold. So that's why I didn't go with that one. So this was about as small as I wanted to go with the Spydercos. The VG10 steel is great steel. It's just a hair shy of being equal to the S30V, which is the popular one in the rest of the everyday carry knives that I now happily rotate through on a regular basis. So it's a really good steel as far as balance on edge retention, corrosion resistance, and ease of sharpening. So if and when I ever do need to sharpen the blade, it won't be too terrible for someone like me who has a good bit of experience but is by no means a pro at knife sharpening. But so yeah, I really like this knife, and because it's my work knife, and I use it for opening packages and boxes, I don't mind the plastic anymore. I've gotten over that. That doesn't bother me nearly as much as it did. Because of the fact that Spyderco, just like when you pop it out, everybody knows that that's a Spyderco. Anybody who knows anything about knives, that when they see a Spyderco, they're like, oh yeah, that's a Spyderco. Besides the spider symbol on it, it's just the shapes, the general shapes of their blades, and the patterns that they do on their handles. It's not hard to tell that that's a Spyderco, and Spyderco is respected because they make really good knives with really good materials. So they're not some cheap plastic knife from wherever. So that's that. Again, I really like. I'm really happy. Thank you, Spyderco, for making excellent knives that you do. And this guy is great. And who knows? Maybe I will eventually buy a larger Spyderco. One quick thing, just to give you a little bit of a laugh. I'm technically ambidextrous, but I favor my left and kind of deem myself as a lefty for 80% of the things that I do with my life. But when you get to slightly smaller knives with the smaller handles, smaller blades, and especially the hole thumbs, the thumb hole on the blades for opening and closing, or mainly for opening, I can't do it as well with my left hand as I can with my right. So there's my ambidextrous abilities coming out. I have an easier time with my right hand for this knife. Just kind of funny. I have to slow down just a little bit and put just the tiniest bit of concentration into doing it with my left hand. But for my right hand, it's like popping out of the pocket and opening it up like that. It's a breeze. It's a piece of cake. Whereas for my left, not quite so much. see, I had a little trouble there. It wants to slip out of my hand. So that's just a little interesting tidbit fact about me. Y'all have a good laugh at that. So there's the Dragonfly 2 from Spyderco.